This is Algebra 2. Lesson 53 on page 229. Don't forget to smash subscriptions. No, smash the like button. Subscribe. Turn on notifications.
Post notifications so you never miss a new video.
You heard him. Do it. There we go. Metric unit conversions. See, I need y'all. Metric unit conversions. Here's the conversions you need. And you should know this probably because you're in chemistry. All right, here's the three you need. 100 centimeters equals 1 meter. A kilometer is how many meters?
1,000.
Correct. And 1 inch is how many centimeters? 2.54. 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. All right? All right, so you're just going to walk through these examples. Because some of the examples are what percent is one chemical of a compound? What percent of it is? And the rest is unit multipliers. All right, so y'all should be getting pretty good with unit multipliers, having been in chemistry at this long. All right, it says use unit multipliers. Remember, we don't have to multiply these out, right? Just give me the numbers. Use unit multipliers to convert 7,560 centimeters to kilometers.
Oh, and meters first.
Centimeters to kilometers. Yeah, so we're first going to meters, right? But in order to eliminate centimeters, it has to be in the denominator, and then we'll go to meters. I don't even have to do the little multiplication sign. And then we want meters in the denominator to get rid of meters, and we want kilometers in the numerator. All right, so first think of what unit multipliers you need, and then write the conversion. So 1 meter is 100 centimeters. 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. So you're just going to write the numbers without multiplying them out. 7,560 in the numerator. We've got 100 times 1,000 in the denominator, and this is kilometers. That's it. Don't multiply them out. Pretty straightforward, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's look at the second example. Example 2 on the top of page 230 says use unit multipliers to convert 15,740,000. Look at this, square centimeters. This term is already squared. You don't have to square it. But all of our unit multipliers have to be squared. What are we going to? Square kilometers. Same thing. But now, each one of our unit multipliers has to be squared. So we go from centimeters to meters. And we go from meters to kilometers. It's the same unit multipliers. 1 meter is 100 centimeters. 1 kilometer, 1,000 meters. So it's 15,740,000. Remember, that initial term is never squared because it's already squared. Over 100 squared times 1,000 squared. You do not have to write the ones. All right, so that's metric to metric. And kilometers. I didn't write the unit measurement. All right, look at the next example. Now we're going from English to metric or metric to English. Units. So we want to go from 32 yards to meters. So I always start this with thinking, what are going to be my unit multipliers? So I want to get to meters. All right, so I've got to get rid of yards, and I'm going from yards to feet. Then I need to get rid of feet. I'm going feet to inches. Then I need to get rid of inches, so I'm going inches to centimeters. I want to get to meters, so I'm going centimeters to meters. All right, so that's how I always begin this, knowing where I'm going, because I know my unit multipliers, but this is always helpful. So there's 3 feet in a yard. Y'all should know this, right? Please. There's 12 inches in a foot. 1 centimeter, actually 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters, and 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So we end up with, the only thing in the denominator is 100. So we have 32 times 3 times 12 times 2.54 meters. Remember, you don't have to multiply this out. All right? Let's look at the next one. Example 4. Then we're going to do weight by percentage. And that's the one that we will do the practice one for. All right. We're going to convert 0.042 square kilometers. So that term is already squared. We're not squaring it, but we know that every unit multiplier we are going to square. Where do we want to go to? God bless you. We want to go to miles squared. All right, so we got to get to miles. To get to miles, we go from kilometers to meters, but we're squaring it, right? Mm-hmm. Then we go from meters to
feet? Centimeters.
Centimeters. There we go. And that's got to be squared. Then we're going from centimeters to
inches.
Inches. And that has to be squared. Then we're going from inches to
feet.
Feet, and that has to be squared. Then we're going from feet to miles. And then we're at miles squared. Got it? So there's 1,000 meters in a kilometer. There's 100 centimeters in a meter. 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. 1 foot is 12 inches. 1 mile, 5,280 feet. And you just write your numerators over your denominators. 0.042 times 1,000 squared times 100 squared, all over 2.54 squared, 5.
And 12.
And times 12 squared times 5280 squared. Miles squared. This is the longest that they get.
Not bad at all.
Not bad. Just, you have to know your unit multipliers, right? But you have to know them for chemistry.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you happen to have like a styrofoam cup or something?
I have a cup.
Can I have one?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm so thirsty. Thank you. Can I go fill it up?
Yeah. All right. Now, let's look at the second part of this lesson. All right, second part of the lesson. Are y'all with me? Hang with me. Come on. Thus far, when we have dealt with molecules and chemicals that make up a compound, we've asked how many grams does a particular chemical have in this compound if we were to increase the total of it, okay? Now the questions are, what is the percent of that chemical in the compound? So this is a little different.
Percent composition.
That is correct. All right, so there's one example, and it's on the top of page 231. So we have Na2S2O3. And it wants to know what percent of that compound is sodium. Well, what is the weight of sodium? 23, and I'll always give it to you. 23, but there's two of them, so it is
46.
46. Is that sulfur? Sulfur is 32, and there's two of them, so it's 64. Oxygen is 16, right? And there's three of them, so what is that? 48. You add them together, that's 18. I think
158.
it's 158. So what percent of the whole compound is sodium? Get it? What percent of the whole compound is the sodium? I literally wrote a problem from the question, but I had to know the total. All right, so I'm going to divide by 158. Then multiply by 100, because that's going to give, if I don't multiply by 100, it's going to give me it in decimal form. I'm okay if you get it in decimal form and you know how to convert it to a percent. What is this percent? Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I thought we were doing sulfur.
Sodium. I may have said sulfur.
Oh.
Sodium. What is this? Do you have this, Beckett?
Not yet. Let me do that.
And then does it make sense? I think it's a little less than a third. That's what I'm expecting it to be, a little less than a third.
We learned it in chemistry like a couple weeks ago.
That is amazing.
It's
29.
29.
Okay, it's what I expected. 29%. And it makes sense. This is going to be a little greater than a third. That one's going to be a little more than the sodium, right? So you're thinking what your solution is going to be.